Your AI agent is not actually free. Beat. Not once it starts calling APIs.
Right. It feels completely free at first. You spin it up and it works, but the meter is always running in the background.
You ask a coding agent to fix one simple feature. It decides to read your files. It searches your repo.
Yeah. And a repo is just a digital folder where software code lives.
Exactly. The agent reads that folder, it rewrites the code, it tests, it fails, and it retries.
Right. It just keeps looping.
Then it calls the model again. It's like leaving a digital faucet running on full blast. Your credits vanish instantly.
They really do. They disappear before the task is even finished. It happens so incredibly fast.
Welcome to our deep dive for today. I'm glad you're here with us. You've got an army of coding agents waiting to be deployed.
And everyone wants to run them.
But to keep them running without burning your budget, you need a backup list. Today, we're mapping out 13 platforms offering free AI API keys.
Which is huge. An API key is a digital pass that lets software talk to AI.
Right. Our mission today is very clear. We want to run powerful AI tools. We want chat models and coding agents.
And we want to do it without spending a single dime.
Let's lay down the foundation first. We're looking at NVIDIA NIM. They're obviously the massive hardware giant in the room.
Yeah, they absolutely are. But they've built this really compelling hub for strong open models.
It's becoming a primary spot for developers, especially if you want reliable open source access.
It really is. They've aggregated a pretty massive model list, and it's heavily curated for actual performance.
You look at the catalog, and it's full of heavy hitters. You got DeepSeek V4 Pro, you see GLM 5.1 and Gemma 4.
Yeah, and they also host Kimi 2.6 and Minimax, plus StepFlash, Mistral, and Nimitron.
It's honestly like stacking Lego blocks of data. You just pick the exact piece you need for your build.
Right. And the really useful part isn't just the models themselves, it's the packaging around them.
They provide comprehensive model cards, right?
Yeah, they give you direct API access, and they bundle it with ready-made code right there on the platform.
The limit they give you is around 40 queries per minute. That feels fairly reasonable.
Yeah.
Beat. It's good for testing.
It definitely works perfectly for small apps, as long as your basic AI agents don't spam requests relentlessly.
I have to ask about that packaging, though. How does ready-made code actually change the workflow?
Well, it completely removes the guesswork. You don't have to figure out request formatting.
So it skips the setup phase entirely for developers.
Exactly. It's immediate execution.
NVIDIA gives you that raw foundational layer. But developers don't usually live on NVIDIA's site.
No, they definitely don't. They live in their code bases.
Which makes GitHub the natural next home base. It's just an easy place to test AI models.
Yeah, especially since you probably have a GitHub account already. It significantly reduces the friction of starting something new.
The catalog there is really solid. It includes GPT-4o, it has GPT-4o Mini and Grok.
And you just access them through a free GitHub personal access token.
Right. And if you need specific endpoint code, you don't even have to write it yourself.
No, you don't. An endpoint is the exact web address where software sends requests.
You can literally just ask Claude or ChatGPT to write it. They can easily write Anthropic or OpenAI compatible code for you.
Yeah, you just tell the chatbot the model name, you specify the programming language, and it generates the request perfectly.
I'm curious about the authentication here. Why use a personal access token instead of traditional keys?
It simply avoids creating new accounts across multiple AI platforms. You securely use your existing GitHub login.
It centralizes access without juggling endless new account passwords.
That's exactly the primary benefit.
Now, testing general models on GitHub is great, but sometimes you need a highly specialized environment.
Yeah, you really do. And that brings us to OpenCode. They're basically the coding specialist here.
They really are. OpenCode is built entirely around developer workflows. The free tier is actually surprisingly generous.
It gives you 3 distinct models. This includes DeepSeek V4 Flash and Nimitron 3.3.
You get around 200 requests every 5 hours. Beat. I'll be honest here. I still wrestle with burning through credits on automated agent loops.
Oh, yeah, it happens to everybody. It's a real challenge when they get stuck retrying bad code over and over.
Are 200 requests truly enough for agent loops?
It's actually perfect for small repo tasks. Simple automation workflows handle that limit just fine.
Enough for small workflows, but respect the agent's appetite.
Very well said. You definitely have to watch them.
When specialized environments just aren't enough, you want the whole landscape. You want to compare everything side by side.
Yeah, which brings us to OpenRouter. It's a genuinely fascinating platform.
It's a true model aggregator. That means one single key unlocks many different models.
Right. You don't sign up for every single provider. You get one API layer to rule them all.
And you can filter the massive catalog by $0 models. You just look for models marked with $0.
Mm-hmm. Those are the fully free ones. You'll notice image models are incredibly cheap there, but rarely free.
And video generation is almost never free. Why are video models excluded from free tiers?
Mostly because generating video requires massive compute. The underlying hardware costs are simply too astronomical to offer freely.
Video simply costs too much raw computing power right now.
Precisely. The server math just doesn't work out.
Let's transition from the aggregator back to a first-party creator. We're looking at Google AI Studio now.
Yeah, this is their primary ecosystem. It's the absolute main source for Gemini models.
You connect it directly to your project. It's a very streamlined, very powerful experience overall.
The list includes Gemini 3.1 Pro. It also includes Gemini 3.5 Flash, which is incredibly fast.
The limit is around 20 requests per minute, though. You have to be incredibly careful here.
Yeah, you really do. Connecting this specifically to an AI agent is quite risky.
Let's unpack that. What's the exact risk of background agent calls here?
Well, 20 requests per minute will vanish instantly. Background agents loop through tasks incredibly fast.
Agents will hit that Google rate limit almost immediately.
Right, and they'll crash your workflow entirely.
Shifting gears geographically, we look to Europe. Mistral AI Studio is definitely the European heavyweight.
They absolutely are. They take a very deliberate, open model approach to AI.
It's a philosophical difference in how they build things.
Right.
You get access to the entire Mistral model family.
Yeah, and this focuses heavily on reasoning and open workflows. You can easily find code distro there.
There's also Mistral 3B, Mistral 7B, and Mistral Large. They provide helpful snippets for Python, TypeScript, and CURL.
Those code snippets are huge for momentum. You just don't have to write requests from scratch anymore.
It just drops right into your terminal. You mentioned Codestrol in that lineup, though. Why target Codestrol specifically?
Because it's built explicitly for code generation and review. It natively handles software logic better than general models.
It is purpose-built to understand and generate software syntax.
Exactly. It speaks the developer's native language fluently.
Moving away from the open model philosophy, we look at raw iron. We're talking about specialized hardware clouds now.
Right. Cerebras is a very generous hardware alternative in this space.
Their server architecture is entirely different from standard clouds. The model list is slightly smaller.
It is smaller, yeah. But the throughput is absolutely wild. The limits are actually very good.
The list includes GPT-OSS and Llama 3.1. It also features Qwen 3 and GLM 4.7.
The crucial detail here is tracking, though. You absolutely must track your per-model limits closely.
They vary widely across their platform, don't they? Why do limits vary model by model here?
Mostly because different model sizes dictate the free limit. Larger models require significantly more hardware resources to process.
Heavier models simply demand stricter usage limits from the hardware.
That's exactly how they balance the server load.
When you've got generous limits sorted out, your next bottleneck is speed. And that brings us directly to Groq.
Groq is the absolute speed demon of this entire space. They're known for incredibly fast inference.
And inference is the process where an AI calculates its final answer.
Exactly. Whoa, imagine inference so fast it feels like real-time thought. 2-sec silence. It's completely mind-bending.
It really is. It's best for fast chat. It works perfectly for lightweight workflows where latency actually matters.
They also feature a really helpful playground environment. You can chat and inspect code before building anything.
How does playground testing actually save time?
Well, it eliminates guessing entirely. You don't guess API request structures. You see it work first.
You verify the code structure before deploying it live.
Exactly. It prevents stupid errors later on.
Now, taking that speed mindset and bringing it locally, we have Kilocode on our list.
Yeah, they're acting as the premier open source IDE partner. It focuses heavily on open source local workflows.
It's very similar to OpenCode in that philosophy,
Yeah.
but it feels much more deeply integrated.
Right. The free tier has Grok Code Fast. It has Nematron 3. It also includes Trinity Large Thinking.
The integration is the actual key here. It hooks directly into VS Code and JetBrains.
Yeah, and it also supports CLI. CLI is a text-based window for typing direct computer commands.
I hate breaking my flow state when I code. What is the true value of CLI integration?
It basically keeps developers in their native environment. They never have to leave their terminal window.
It prevents context switching by living inside your editor.
Right. It keeps the coding workflow completely intact.
Moving away from raw code syntax, we shift to enterprise-level text. This brings us to Cohere.
Cohere is essentially the enterprise writer of the group. They offer a specific trial API key for testing their systems.
It provides robust access to their command models. This includes Command R plus Command A and C4 AI.
It's genuinely excellent for search functionalities. It excels at enterprise writing and large-scale document retrieval.
They also include a playground showing TypeScript, Python, and CURL code. But people throw that word around a lot. What exactly defines an enterprise-style workflow?
It basically means secure, reliable, retrieval-based text generation. It's less about creative chatting and more about factual synthesis.
It focuses on precise retrieval rather than just creative chatting.
Exactly. It's built heavily for strict business logic.
Now that we have models for code and text, we need to deploy them to the web. That brings us to the application layer.
Right. Vercel AI Gateway. They take a slightly different approach to access.
They offer $5 in free monthly credits. This is not purely request-based like the others we've seen.
No, it's not. It connects different providers smoothly, though. You can access XAI and Anthropic directly through them.
It provides a helpful AI SDK and OpenAI HTTP code examples.
Yeah, it's incredibly useful if you already use Vercel's hosting tools. It integrates perfectly with your existing projects.
I have to push back here, though. $5 seems small compared to the heavy rate-based limits we've seen.
Oh, I totally agree it's small, but it's meant specifically for front-end UI integration, not heavy agents.
It's for user-facing apps, not background agent heavy lifting.
Precisely. It's really just designed for simple web deployment.
If Vercel is for standard projects, Cloudflare Workers AI scales things up to global deployment.
Yeah, they essentially run the edge network. An edge network uses closer physical servers to reduce internet connection delay.
They run over 50 open-source models right on the edge. It's a massive lightning-fast deployment surface.
It really is. The list includes Kimi 2.6 and GLM 4.7.
They also have GPT-OSS, Flux2, and FluxDev. They feature a great launch LLM playground.
Right. And they also offer paid routing via their AI gateway if you eventually need to scale up.
I want to ask about those Flux models, actually. Why is Flux being on this list significant?
Because Flux is specifically for text-to-image workflows. It's incredibly rare to find free text-to-image API workflows anywhere.
Finding free image generation APIs here is a huge bonus.
It's a massive outlier in a very, very good way.
We finally reach our last platform, the final step, bridging local and cloud environments together.
Right. Llama Cloud is basically the command line hybrid. It takes the models you run locally and gives them seamless cloud capabilities.
The models must have a specific cloud tag to work. The catalog includes Granite 4 and Nematron 3.
Yeah. And it also has DeepSeek V4 Flash. It operates entirely through the terminal or command line.
The limits are interesting here. They refresh every 5 hours, but also weekly.
You have to watch both of those meters very carefully.
Why is it necessary to track both 5-hour and weekly limits?
Because automated agents can easily exhaust a full weekly budget in mere hours. They operate invisibly and relentlessly.
Agents operate so fast they easily trigger long-term limits.
Exactly. You look away, and your weekly quota is just gone.
Mid-roll sponsor read goes here.
Welcome back. Let's synthesize all of this. We've definitely covered a massive amount of ground today.
We really have.
Yeah.
Beat. The true takeaway here isn't just that free things exist on the internet.
No, it's much deeper than that. It's fundamentally about strategic matching. You have to pair the tool to the exact task.
Right. You use OpenCode for your daily dev workflows. You use Grok for sheer unadulterated speed.
Yeah, OpenRouter becomes your main aggregator, and Cloudflare is perfect for global edge deployment.
Tracking usage is the real underlying skill here. Selecting the right access point matters immensely.
That is exactly what separates budget-burning experiments from truly sustainable software development.
It really does. We've mapped out the tools today. We've shown how to bypass the traditional financial gatekeepers of AI.
The budget is basically no longer the bottleneck. The tools are right there for anyone willing to connect them.
Which leaves us with a provocative thought to mull over. We've removed the financial friction entirely. Imagine a world where the API budget is essentially zero. What happens to the software landscape next?
Oh, wow.
What happens when every single developer has a personal army of specialized free AI agents?
Just running silently in the background, writing and testing code while we sleep?
Exactly. It completely changes the entire definition of what software development even is.
It absolutely does. The paradigm shifts entirely.
Your call to action today is very simple. Pick just one platform from this list.
Yeah. Generate a key, run a test, and watch your usage closely.
Just start with one. Build something small today. And remember, your AI agent is not actually free once it starts calling APIs.
But with this strategic backup list, it can definitely be close enough.
Thank you for taking this deep dive with us. We'll see you next time.